Hi, and welcome to FlyNubianQueen.com, the network for melanated women like you. I am Bianca Blanco, and you are tuning in today to watch me color this wig, and we are going to slay it. So, as everybody comes into the room, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to FlyNubianQueen.com, and also make sure you text Queens to 31996. And yeah, let me know where everybody's tuning in from. Okay, so last week, oh, you can see this wig over here. We have a good view. Shout out to QV Media for this awesome video, right? So I made this wig a couple weeks ago. We cut it, and today I'm going to actually color it. So I'm going to dip it because I did find that that's like a lot easier to do. I actually like that. And I actually have gloss to gel Redken, and that's what I'm going to be using today is the gloss to gel. And we're going to measure it out, but I want to fill it in first. So anytime that you're taking something that's this light to dark, you want to fill it in so that the dark color sticks. That's how you're going to make that color hold. It's not going to fade as easily or as quickly. So we're going to start with that first. I do have my measuring cup. I do recommend that you have that. And we're going to do the lighter shade first, which is, I'm using Redken Shades EQ. And I'm going to start with a 9NW, which is cream soda. So we're going to do cream soda 9NW. We're going to do that one first. And you know what? I'm just going to like pour all of it in there because I plan on using all of it anyway. So I'm just going to pour all of that in there. That's a full 2 ounces. And we're going to mix equal parts. So Shades EQ is equal parts. Shout out to Shades EQ. I just started using it like this year, and I do like it. So I will give them props for that. And I was thinking like maybe, like maybe I should have got the one that was more liquid, but whatever. We're still gonna do it like this today. And I still am gonna do like some fun colors. I'm still gonna do some fun colors with that dip color. So we are going to do that. So I'm just going to mix this up real fast. I'm just going to stir it and mix it. It's just a lot easier like when you're coloring wigs. Like I'm so tired of just applying color singly all the time. So boring. And it takes so long, right? So I'm like, we might as well just mix it all up. And I'm about to ruin my shirt. I like this shirt too. But I'm trying to look cute for y'all when I go live, right? Okay. Yeah, so everybody tuning in, definitely say where you're tuning in from and ask questions if you need to. Okay, so it is turning into gel like it said. So I'm going to show you what that looks like, and we're about to like swish it around so I can get all of this hair really good. And I definitely want to try to get to the end result tonight so you guys can see that. But color is so time consuming, like it takes so long. Okay, so we're gonna take this off. This is our wig. Let me put my gloves on. It's just so messy too. So if you're doing this at home, like lay down foil, make sure you get everything nice and clean, nice and protected, I should say, because it gets so messy. So I do use a lot of foil at home, but the stuff that I'm using now, this is specifically for work. Okay, so if you can see there, like it's definitely turned into gel, which is fine. And I'm just gonna kind of go over it and get it as saturated as I can. But I'm gonna start working my way up to the top with it. And get it as saturated as I can. And then we're going to start just making sure we spread it evenly and good. And I'm just going to put it on with my hands because this is fast. is a really fast way to do it. And I'm gonna do 2 processes today and see how much coverage I get. If I have to do another process, I'll just have to do another process. But for the most part, we'll be able to pretty much finish everything. And this is just an easy way to get it done quick. So you're not coloring hair for like 2 hours, doing foils or going in there individually. And the roots are actually going to be really dark. So I will show you guys a picture of what it's going to look like at the end so that you can get the gist of what I'm doing so that you really understand this. Because I know you have to have a lot of imagination. But what I do, I have clients always send pictures. Like, I really don't do stuff without pictures because I don't want to be thinking one thing in my head and then you're thinking one thing in your head and then all of a sudden we have this big misunderstanding and somebody's not happy. We don't want to do that, right? We want everybody to be happy with their end result. So shout out to Candace Carter. This is for you. This is your Blonc wig. I told you I'd be coloring today. So yeah, she'll be definitely tuning in to see this process. And like I said, if I need to do more to it, I definitely will. But for now, we're just filling in this blonde so that it actually has something to stick onto. And you can definitely see that it's pretty much already picked up all of the pigment. And I'm just gonna swirl it around and get as much color attached to it as I can. And we're gonna do it like that. And then I'm just gonna make sure that I get it super, super saturated by kind of like squeezing the color around the hair like this and just squeezing it so that it distributes all around each other. And this is a lot faster than having it on the mannequin and then going section by section. But I will go section by section when I do the roots, just because I want it to be really, really neat. But for the base color, we can definitely do this method and do it really, really fast. Hey, yes, good evening to you, Miss Whiting. We got Chardonnay in the house. Hello. Yes. So she said, hey, Chardonnay. Oh, they friends. They know each other. That's what's up. All right. So, yeah, we are doing really, really good. So, like I said, I'm going to take these sections and just sort of twist them around. Not sort of. I am going to twist them around so that you can really evenly distribute that color throughout the wig. And this is just our filler color. So I posted a picture on my Instagram and a video where I had to do a filler color last week to go darker. So this young lady, she had blonde hair naturally and she wanted to add some red highlights and go darker than her natural color. And you know, one of the complaints that she had about going to the salon, the previous stylist, is that it never sticks. And that's because you have to have a filler. So I am a certified master stylist from Joyco. Shout out to Joyco. So anytime that you're going from light to dark, you have to put a filler color in, because if you don't, the color is not going to stick. So I definitely didn't want this color. However, you can see that it's already toned the 613, which is what we started with this wig. And this was a factory 613. This was the Virgin Indian 613 factory hair. Me personally, I like Russian or Slavic blondes because it's actually natural. It's actually off somebody's head. And this is off the head too, but the factory definitely colors it. So it's definitely a chemical process that they do. Alright, yeah, and it looks really good already. So the technique that I'm using, I actually learned this technique when I was an intern and I would apply color. And she would be like, oh, we're gonna make sure we use all that color. I'm like, all right. So we would twist it around and really get that saturated. Really, really good like we're doing now. And Shades EQ is fast, it's easy to work with because it only takes about 8 minutes to process. The most challenging part is just making sure that you have everything saturated really, really, really good. And so that's what we're doing now. You want to make sure everything is good and saturated. And I'm very happy with the results. I'm very, very happy, very, very pleased. But like I said, if I get to the end, like after I rinse out the color that we're going to apply next, and I see that I want to do another color, feel free to do it, because color like this is like $500 to $800 color. So you want to make sure that everything is filled in perfectly. Like it's going to look totally, totally different from my end result. So I'll definitely take you guys as far as we can go tonight. If there's anything left that I have to do after this process, I might just double back and show you guys the end result. And so I post all of my end results on my Instagram page at Blonc_virgin_hair. So you can definitely check us out on there. Make sure you check out shopfnq.com and also Fly Nubian Queens on iTunes. So we're now on iTunes. We can now watch the queens on iTunes. And shout out to QV Media for this bomb ass video, right? And you can subscribe to their media channel on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe to that YouTube channel as well. Black media, that's what we do, everybody. It's all about black media, right? Because before I got on Fly Nubian Queens, all I did was watch Fly Nubian Queens. And I'm like, that is where I need to be. I need to be there. And look what I manifested, right? Okay. So I'm gonna scrape up a little color in here for this one little piece that needs to be colored. I'm gonna scrape it up and get in here in these crevices for one little piece, right? We did real good. Yeah, we did really, really good. I'm really happy. So yeah, if you need to use a smaller bowl, and like I said, I actually started experimenting with this cream to gel, and I like it. But I think that for coloring wigs, I would prefer to have the liquid, just because it's going to give me more coverage when I'm doing it in the bowl or doing it in this tub. It'll definitely give me more coverage. Yeah, so as you can see, we've already pretty much toned out that base color. And I'm just going to keep scraping to make sure we're using all the color. I'm getting in all these little crevices in here, making sure everything is pretty covered and saturated. And I'm going to squeeze a little in this middle section and get that really saturated. Yeah, and it's getting there good. But Shades EQ definitely makes it easy to color and tone blondes. And so you can go to my Instagram and really see that end result. But I think we're doing really good today. And I'll show you guys the photo of exactly what we're going for, if I can figure out how to pull it up, because I'm watching myself over here and I have this camera right here and I don't want to move. All right, but I have to rinse this out. So I'm going to rinse this out because I think it's been about 8 minutes. It looks like it's pretty saturated. All right, we got Baltimore in the house. What's up, Baltimore? We got VA in the house. What's up, VA? We in Colorado. It was so hot today. It was burning up. It was like 87 degrees at like 2:30. My Uber driver was like, ooh, Denver heats up fast. Yeah, so this is oxidizing really, really nice. Like, it's definitely made a big difference so far. Like, I'm really feeling that. But like I said, for her roots, I am going to apply that with a brush just because I want to be really, really neat with the roots. And I pretty much finished her cut. So I did cut this on a live video, so you can check that out on the Fly Nubian Queen page too. I don't know if it's on YouTube, it might be on YouTube. And I finished the cut last week. Well, about 90% finished. I just have to put it on the head and then I can finish cutting it. It's a lot easier to custom color something. Custom cut a wig when it's actually on your client's head. I would definitely say that it's a lot easier to do it that way. Alright, so I know I colored a blonde wig on here before, and I was actually using a diluter when I was coloring it, because I'm like, why won't this color stick? And so I was trying to tone my client's hair, and I'm like, this is not acting right. And I read it, I was like, are you serious? So we're not diluting anything tonight. We're making sure everything is good. But yeah, that already looks so much better. That looks 1,000 times better. So I'm gonna rinse this out at the sink. I know normally I'll let you guys follow me to the sink, but I'll be back. Give me like 1 or 2 minutes. I'm gonna rinse this out, and then we're gonna apply the second, well actually not, this is the filler, and then we're gonna apply the second color, which will be the final color for the toner. So while I'm gone, make sure you subscribe and share this video. Subscribe to flynubianqueen.com, and also subscribe to QV Media on YouTube, and also follow me on Instagram at Blonc_virgin_hair while I go rinse this wig out. I'll be right back. And I hate to leave you guys blank, so I hope you can hear me. I'm rinsing this wig, I'm gonna do it fast. I'm like, I need a portable sink. But it looks so good though. Alright everybody, I'm almost done. Almost done. Almost. A lot of color. So you have to rinse until you don't see any more bubbles. The bubbles are almost gone. Okay. Alright, I'm about finished. In like 20 seconds. And we will be there. Alright. Bubbles are almost gone. And it looks so different already. Alright. I hope everybody did what I said. Okay. Here we go. Okay, here it comes, everybody. Alright. Okay, I'm coming back. Alrighty. So, I'm back. We have this wig all rinsed out. Let's see. Yeah, it looks really good. And it's like, if you can definitely see the tone prior. And why do I keep losing? Oh, there it is. I was looking for my brush. I keep losing this one particular color brush. But you can see it's a little filled in, right? So that's why you want to just do a filler first. Because if I wanted to achieve this actual tone, I would have to color it twice, because it's not gonna stay. It'll fade really, really quickly. And sometimes, I mean, you might have to fill it 4 to 5 times for it to actually be the tone that you want. So I think we did pretty good here. I'm gonna wrap it in this towel so we can soak a lot of this water out so that the color does not get diluted when I apply this next color. And I'm not gonna rinse this bin out just because I want the remnants of the previous color to kind of blend in with this color. So we'll be good. Oh, close to Jersey? Yeah, I was in Jersey. You were close to Jersey. I went to Jersey after I went to the All Black National Convention back in August? Yeah, I think it was August or September. I was staying in the suburbs of Philly. And then I went to Philly, and then I went to Jersey, and then I went to New York. So I did like a whole little East Coast, vacay. All right, so I'm going to show you guys first what this looks like. So it starts off like this. I don't want to spill it, but it starts off real creamy, and then it turns jelly. So I'm just gonna mix it until it gets jelly. And that's what they be saying when people be jealous now. Oh, she jelly. So we're gonna mix it until it gets jelly. And this will be our second color from our filler, and then we're gonna have to go back in and do the roots. And then after I see the roots, that's when I'm really gonna decide if I need, or like what else I need to do once I do the roots. So I might need to just fill in a couple of spots, go back over it one more time with the toner. That's really going to be the final step. So when you're making these for clients, I mean, you definitely have to make sure that every single inch of hair is colored. It's not splotchy. You cannot sell or charge somebody $500 for a splotchy ass color. Like, you just can't do that. So that's what's going to separate you from being a high-end stylist versus a not high-end stylist. So you want to take your time, you want to do stuff right, and you really want to explain these things to people, because a lot of this, clients, they're not going to get it. They're not going to understand. If you're doing this for yourself, you might leave it a little splotchy because you're doing it on yourself. You might not care as much. But if you're doing it on yourself and you want clients, like, you definitely want to go all in. Okay, so I'm going to be a little more particular as I apply this. Since I'm not using the more liquid color developer, and I'm using more of the cream because I definitely want it to go a long way. So I'm going to kind of start to apply it with the brush. And you learn as you go. Like, it's going to get better every single time you do something. So don't get discouraged. And like, for me, that's why doing lives and sharing this with you all is a big deal, because, sometimes stuff doesn't turn out the first time how you expect it to. So doing live hair, like doing hair on live videos is no joke. But I'm not a insecure person, so I don't mind if you guys see me make mistakes. You can see me make mistakes. Sometimes it might get on my nerves with the comments. I'm like, you just don't get it. This is some real business over here. But I promise you, like, my work is definitely top notch. And so I definitely want to, you know, teach you guys how to do 6-figure hair. Like, I think this is a really great revenue for the Black community because we're the ones buying all the damn hair. Like, we're 85% of the total revenue in the industry. And hair extensions alone is a $14 billion industry, right? Just the hair. So that's definitely something that we have to make sure that we're a part of. So I definitely want Black men to really think economically about it versus just being stupid. And I'm not calling them stupid. I think they're very intelligent. I love Black men. However, I just see comments and I get really upset sometimes. So we just need to look at it from an economic standpoint when it comes to this industry, because you can create a really good life for yourself. And definitely if we're supporting each other and buying each other's hair, then it's definitely all worth it. So I am just kind of making sure I cover as much ground as possible just with the brush, and then I'm going to just stick it in there and soak up the rest of the color in just a second. But this is definitely a faster way. Okay, now I'm going to kind of start dipping and brushing at the same time. You know, and once you learn stuff, you definitely just want to put your own spin on it. That's what I've always done. So, you know, you want to go to hair shows, you want to see how they do stuff, and then you just want to put your own on it. Put your own stamp on it and do it your own way. And that's what'll set you apart from the way that everybody else does stuff. But definitely for us, having a standard and a code of conduct is what me and Candace talked about last week. So shout out to Candace Color Shines on the Fly Nubian Queen Network. We definitely talked about having a code of conduct. Like, if you have an issue with a Black-owned business, just take it up privately with that business. Like, there's no need to go to social media to say anything bad about your brother or sister. That's what Black media is for. We're going to promote us in the best light all the time. Because I don't know how you guys feel about all these videos. It's just, whew, you know, we're already traumatized as Black people. And then every day you get online and somebody else is murdered, somebody else is shot, somebody else is this, somebody else's kid. So Black media, we definitely want to make sure that we are, you know, changing the narrative, correcting the narrative. And shout out to the Savoy Show, because I did see them do that today on Instagram about the woman who was murdered by the police officer. And the story was being covered by the news station, and they put her mugshot up. Like, really? That's what we doing? So they actually put up a very nice picture of the lady. And so that's what we're here to do, right? Okay. So I definitely got this really saturated. I'm really, really pleased with the coverage. It looks really great. You guys see that? The coverage is awesome. I'm so happy. Yeah, so we have about a good 8 minutes. I'm going to just swirl this around and make sure I use all this color that's in here before we move forward. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. And oh, you want to know how you get involved in the hair industry? That's a really great question. So I personally have a wholesale price list that you can inbox me, and I'll definitely share that price list with you. And it has all of the Blonc virgin hair extensions on there, from straight, texture straight, natural wavy, curly, kinky curly, afro curly, and we can pretty much produce at our factory any type of curl that you want. We have all kinds of wigs, clip-ins, and every texture. So I can definitely email you a price list. And I do sell vendor lists. So vendor lists start out at $5,000. So you can definitely purchase one of those as well. Hair all in my mouth. Okay. All right, let me get it out of the way. Okay. All right, so yeah, and I also have pretty much business plans that I sell also. So that's definitely a good way. Just so that we keep a quality standard. And that's what sets me apart from everybody else, is because from the training that I obtained with Joico, it actually taught me what hair feels like, what real hair feels like. So real hair actually has a certain feel, a certain texture that separates it from fibers, that separates it from synthetic cuticles. So that's something that I personally have obtained. And I don't mind sharing that knowledge with people. And I will also say that, I know people who have, ventured out and, end up spending, hundreds of thousands of dollars looking for the right product. Because these Asian and Indian people, they will get you for your money. I've been robbed. So, this whole Brazilian hair thing was so popular. This was about 6 years ago. And so I always get emails from these companies or whatever. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just give it a try. So I spent $5,000 on this hair. And I got it, and it was not hair. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? So I'm going back and forth over the email with these people, no, this is not hair. Yes, this 100% human hair, this human. I'm like, no, this is not hair. And so I, called PayPal. I'm like, what can I do? They're like, okay, well, you can send it back. So I sent it back, and these people didn't pick it up from customs. So customs sent it back to me. It cost me $500 to send that hair to China. And then for them to just send it back. And I didn't even get my $500 back in shipping. So, you really, really can end up spending a lot of money. Another thing is that there are certain hair shows and things that you can go to. What I will say about that is if you go to a Bonner Brothers hair show or something like that, you're going to find a lot of black hair company vendors, such as my company, that they have some pretty decent hair. There's some pretty decent hair out there, but again, you're really going to have to know what you're feeling for, because there is no regulatory agency for human hair. So, and I'm actually going to create it, because I'd be tired of explaining this to people all the time. But there's no regulatory agency, so you can have. A company can say on the package they could put 100% human hair, and there's actually no hair in the product. It's just a fiber. So if we go back to the 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and they would refer to a man's toupee as a rug, because it's actually fiber. It's actually rug fiber. So that's what they would use for these different types of pieces. Is fiber. That's what they would do. So fast forward, when I started buying hair extensions, it was a better quality. However, they just started to go downhill with the quality, and that's when I really started getting into virgin hair, because it's going to act the most. It's human hair, so it's going to do everything that you need it to do. And so me having knowledge of actual hair, I've studied hair, the science of hair, I'm now able to create different looks and do different things with my hair extensions, because they are human hair. So that really does make a big difference. So my company will definitely be here to last till the end of time. Okay, so I pretty much think this is done toning. I like it. I want to show you guys the picture though, so you can see where I'm going with this, right? So I have to go to the sink to rinse this out. So while I'm gone, make sure you go to flynubianqueen.com and subscribe, and also make sure you see all of my work at on Instagram at Blonc_virgin_hair, and subscribe to QV Media on YouTube. It is a online black media company. So make sure you do all of those things and text Queens to 31996, and also get Fly Nubian Queens on Instagram. So I think this filler is good. Like I said, their products only need to be in for 8 minutes. That looks really good to me. And then when we come back, I am going to do the roots on the mannequin. So I'll be back. So make sure you guys do all that stuff. Share this video, like this video, and I will be back in 2 minutes. Here it comes, guys. Okay, I'm coming back. Wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. All right. Okay. All right. Here we go. Okay. So I'm going to put this on my mannequin head now. And we're going to do the roots. I got my foils for that. So we can get that pretty good without making like a really big mess. Don't want to make that big of a mess. Okay, so as you can see, she's already been all colored on. All right, so I forgot how much room I have on this camera. I don't have to like be consolidated. Yeah, that's fine. Thanks. Yeah, so I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks great. Oh, I'm out of the shot now. Okay, I think I'm back. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it was definitely not this color anymore. Let's see. Oh yeah, that is a big difference. Can you guys see that? Let me see. That's a big difference. Yeah, that's a huge difference. I think we like nailed it on the head with the in color. And I'm going to show you guys what the color is when I'm done. So you can see we're going to have those good visuals in there. All right. So now we're going to do her roots, which are going to be darker. So I'm going to use my color bowl for that. Let's move this over here a little bit. And I also have some foils out, so we can go back and do that. And to me, this was just the fastest way to do it. And I've actually foiled a frontal before so that there would be like no color on the frontal, and that took me like 2 hours to do. So we ain't doing that tonight, but it's still going to be fabulous, 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 because this color actually will not stain the lace. So when I did the color on the other wig, it got on there, but it actually didn't show up. So I'm actually really excited about that part. So I'm just gonna go ahead and mix the entire 2 ounces in the, can you press play on there for me? I'm just gonna go ahead and mix the entire 2 ounces on the, in the bowl. So we're mixing that up. Remember, it's gonna turn to gel. So I'll mix it. Maybe you guys can see this. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. But I like how it goes from cream to gel. That's kind of weird. But I like it. Okay, so we're mixing, we're mixing, we're mixing. This is actually like better than mixing like just the cream. And I feel like I'm mixing forever. But with this, it doesn't, you're not mixing too long. Sometimes my fingers get to hurt, and y'all see my nails and like poked through the gloves. That's a part of being a stylist. Sometimes you color hair and your fingers look like you was at a murder scene or something. So that's why it's better to come to the salon and get your color done, especially when you're doing like vivids and stuff, because your house will be tore up. Okay, so now we're going to lower this so I can get to the top of her head. Because I'm not that tall. I'm only 5'5", y'all. Everybody always thinks I'm taller than what I am because I always got shoes. I got heels. Cool. Okay, so she's really low. And I'm just going to go right in. So she's already kind of parted. And like I said, this takes about 8 good minutes to oxidize. And I'm going to apply the color exactly like I apply it on my clients' heads. So I go straight down the middle with the part, and I kind of go like back and forth on the sides. So we're gonna do that and go back and forth. And like I said, this is not gonna stain the lace, so do not be afraid to get it really, really saturated. But so far, so good. We just really wanted to tone out that Goldilocks Cinderella hair. And now this is going to look really, really dark, but it's actually not going to be as dark as it looks. So as it starts to oxidize, it's going to have a blue base to it, so it's going to look blue. But don't be scared. Don't be scared. It's definitely scary. Like, I definitely pray to the hair gods at times. I did a video where I had to pray to the hair gods, and I was running back and forth, and oh, it was just a hot mess. Like, it's hard doing color like this on the spot. So I definitely prefer and require consultations for custom color, because it can take a while, you know what I mean? And you know, clients, they might get a little impatient, but you know, if you're charging them a certain amount, and I actually have to change the way that I charge for color, because I don't want to get the short end of the stick either. So now I charge by the hour. I charge $100 an hour for color. After the initial fee of $250. That's just to start it off. Then we're going to start getting to that $100 an hour, because you just never know what you're going to have to do to get that color 100% perfect. So, like I said, I usually show the end results on my Instagram. So make sure you go follow me at Blonc Virgin Hair. No, I messed that. I'm trying to concentrate. Blonc_Virgin_hair. And I totally messed up my Instagram handle because I was just doing too much one day and I was registering all this stuff. And I went in with a different email, and I thought that it told me that handle was already taken, but I still registered it, but I ended up using the underscore one. So I know that can be confusing, but all of my stuff is on there, so check it out. So like I said, we're going to go through a blue stage first. So So you can see it turning blue. It definitely is scary. But like I said, once you get done with the initial color, you can go back and say, okay, well, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to kind of fix this. And you definitely have the right to do that. So that's why it's really important that, you know, you talk to your client about how long it's going to take. You know, I estimated this one at about 5 hours at the least, just to make sure everything would be perfect before we're shipped out. So any inconsistency that I see today, I will definitely, or tonight after I rinse it out, I'll definitely go back tomorrow and make it perfect for her. So I want to get this shipped out by Friday. So whatever I see once I'm done, I will definitely go back in tomorrow, fill that in. And so I don't know how long we've been on this live so far, but we can pretty much calculate.
45 minutes.
45? Oh, that's good. So yeah, I definitely like the tub. Like, it definitely saved a lot of time. So that was great. That was really great. All right. So we're 45 minutes in and we're at the top. This is wonderful. So when I took my classes with Joyco for color, first of all, they would fly me out all around the United States for these really, really extensive color classes. And one of our color classes that we had in St. Louis, we had like 2 hours to do a custom color. So I really, really try to stay in that as much as possible. But so when you're working with hair extensions, is really, 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 really difficult. Because before I went to that particular class, I had this hair, it was blonde, and my client wanted it, oh no, yeah, it was blonde, I think, yeah. And she wanted to go a level 4, but then it ended up turning like green. So I had to like cast out the green, and it was just a lot, and I had to catch a flight, like it was just a hot mess. But I made it right, like that's one thing about me, like you'll always walk out the salon looking like a movie star, looking famous, and she did. So when I got to class, I definitely asked about that, and the teacher was like, why didn't she just buy the hair the color she wanted? Right. So they're just saying, you know, everything might not turn out exactly how you want it to, but as a color professional, hair extension professional, it's definitely my job to make sure that we get it exactly perfect. So that's definitely one of the things I'm known for with my clients. They're like, oh, Bianca will definitely make sure it's perfect. Like, she's definitely a perfectionist. So one thing I really can't stand them is being rushed. So ladies, if you're going to the salon to get a transformation, don't plan nothing. We can't stand that. Oh my God, like that gets on our nerves. Like, I can't stand it. Nobody can stand it. Like, everybody in my industry I know that does major transformations on hair, we don't like to be rushed. Like, we don't like that, you know. And I understand sometimes boyfriends and husbands want to be helpful and they want to drop you off and pick you up. However, don't be rushing me. Like, my husband's on the way, okay? You know, and this is what I tell people. So if you're a professional hairstylist and people are rushing you at work and, you know, they made plans, they got dinner plans, and they want something new, this is what I tell people. This is how I fix that, right? I say, okay, well, I'll stop wherever we are when we're doing your, while we're doing your hair. I'll stop at that exact time, wherever we're at, and you can leave. And everybody looks at me like, what, are we going to be done? I don't know. But wherever we're at, that's where I'll stop, you know. So if you're coming to the salon and you're getting a total transformation, just, you know, be respectful of your stylist and don't rush them. Just get your hair done. And then me personally, I don't like people rushing me or they have to leave and I don't get to finish the service, because that's my work walking out of the salon. You know, and then I'm feeling like, ugh, that could have been better. I could have did this different. I could have did that different. You know what I mean? So just take the whole day off. Make sure you don't have anything to do. If you can, drive yourself so you're not getting questioned about how much longer you have to go. Like, we can't stand it. And King Onyx, shout out to her on Instagram. I love her because she's like super raw. She's like, I'm not gonna book you. Like, and she does really great work. Like, she does a lot of lace fronts and sew-ins and stuff like I do. And she just flat out said, if you're in a rush, you want to get an appointment at 3 and you got somewhere to be at 6, she's just not going to do it, you know. So I have to remind clients of that every once in a while, you know. And I even have a whole information packet that I send out, but I'm definitely going to put that online on my website. So when you go to the website, it'll be me telling you in my very pleasant voice, like I'm about to tell you right now, to subscribe to flynubianqueen.com, and make sure you text Queens to 31996 so you can be up to date when all the queens go live. We have really great stuff to talk about. And Vicki Dillard, she goes live Monday through Friday at 4:30 p.m. Denver time, so at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. I believe. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, Vicki Dillard, she definitely goes live Monday through Friday. So if you text Queens to 31996, you will get that notification. And I'm still trying to figure my life out. Like, I was going live every day, well, not every day, Wednesday through Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern time, but hair is just, it's a really taxing schedule. So I'll definitely be on Thursdays at 8 p.m. The later for me, the better. I just have a lot of stuff going on, and it's just a lot easier for me to go on at 8 p.m., which is 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I might have to adjust that. I'll figure something out eventually. But my videos are timeless, so you can always go back and watch them on flynubianqueen.com. You can also check them out on the Facebook page, Fly Nubian Queen. And you can see my finished work at Instagram, Blonc_virgin_hair. You can always see the finished results there. Because like the work that I do, it takes so long. And I know you guys don't want to be on here for 4 hours. Even though I've had you guys on here for 4 hours. But after we do this top color, I think we're going to be out. Because it's pretty late. This weekend, we're going to the Black Agenda Tour with Michi X and David Banner, Jice Johnson, and Derek Martin. So shout out to them in St. Louis. We will definitely be in the building. We will definitely be streaming this Saturday. So make sure you guys check us out. The conference starts at 1 p.m. is St. Louis Eastern Time? I mean, no, it's Detroit Eastern Time. You know? Okay, so it'll be 1 p.m. Eastern Time that we will be streaming from the Black Agenda. We'll be doing some interviews and stuff like that. So if you want to get exactly what's going on at the Black Agenda, you're just going to have to be there. You're just going to have to be there. But yeah, we'll definitely be doing that this weekend. So I'll definitely be going live this weekend and doing some interviews over there as well. And then I'm going to go to Catalina Island this weekend. Well, next weekend. Next weekday, I'll be in Catalina with my mom for Mother's Day. That was her Mother's Day treat that she wanted to do. So we're going to go do that. Go hang out by the ocean. I really like Huntington Beach, so shout out to Huntington Beach. I like it because it's flat and long. Like, it has a lot of sand. Alright, so I'm coming up to the back. It's definitely looking blue. But like I said, don't be scared. So I want it to just be really, really saturated. And I'm going to use all of this color. And I did fill in the roots with that second color that I used to fill in the blonde on the mid shaft to the ends. So we definitely are able to have this top layer stick. I'm going to use all of my color and really make sure that it's really saturated. And then what I actually might end up doing, because I'm looking at it right now, is going over it maybe with a darker color, with a different base color, because it's not really taking to the color exactly how I want it. But then over here it kind of is. So I'm going to let that saturate. I'm just going to use all of it first. And then, like I said, I'm going to go back and look at it and figure out what I need to do again. And then I'll just do that tomorrow. So when you're doing color, from light to dark, especially with hair extensions, you definitely want to observe whatever direction it's going. So you can always go back and fill it in, which is one of the beautiful things about it. As I'm looking at it oxidize, I definitely see the color that I like. If it's not exactly how I like it, then I'll definitely make sure that I go over that one more time so that it's exactly perfect. And I'm kind of thinking that's what I'm gonna have to do. So the color is not even staining the lace, like it's not phasing the lace at all. It's actually just coloring my mannequin head. This poor mannequin head. I'm gonna have to go get a pretty one that I can do all my end results on, because it's so hard. We want to look at stuff when it's pretty, and I'm over here chewing my hair for dinner. It's just all in my mouth, but I can't get it out right now. Okay, everybody, so what I did today is a filler toner, a finish toner, and now we're doing the roots, which looks like we might just be at a fill roots. So this might just be a filled in root, only because it's not kind of doing exactly what I wanted it to do, because you definitely don't want it to be blue, but it's actually a good base start. So I'm going to use the rest of this color and I'm going to let it sit for about 8 to 10 minutes after I use all this color. I want to make sure all the wefts are colored really good so that no blonde spots are left. It's not splotchy at all. And then I think I might go over it one more time. So everybody that is watching this video, make sure you subscribe to flynubianqueen.com. Make sure you text Queens to 31996, and make sure you follow me on Instagram at Blonc_virgin_hair to see all of the end results, because this hair stuff, it really takes a lot. It takes a lot of time, a lot of work, and especially when you're doing hair on live. So like there's a lot of times when I'm doing clients and stuff and I want to go live, but I'm on such a time crunch that I really can't go live. So I just want you guys to know that I really love you for tuning into my lives, and I really appreciate all the love. You guys are so wonderful, Black family. So I'm just making sure nothing is splotchy. Everything is going to be filled in, because we got to do a really excellent job, because Candace is a really big deal. So this hair is going to be on stages, it's going to be in photo shoots, it's going to be at exhibits, like it's going to be all over the world. So since this hair is going to be seen by people all over the world, I definitely have to make sure it is a masterpiece, right? So yeah, it's feeling good. I think I will come back and go over the roots one more time, just with a different shade. But when I do that, it's definitely gonna stick and be exactly what I want it to be, which I'm really happy about. So I'll probably finish that tomorrow. And I always post pictures of Candace too on my Instagram with my wigs. So you guys will definitely be able to check that out. And she's my coach. So shout out to Candace for helping me lose almost 30 pounds. I love her, and tone up and get my body back. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Candace. I'm so happy. I'm like summer ready now. I can go wear bikinis on the beach and do cartwheels and stuff like that. You know, all that fun stuff that girls like to do, right? Yeah, we love fitness, you know. And Candace, she just shaved off all her hair, and she will wear that. She'll wear her wigs, you know. So she's really versatile at everything that she does. So it's really important to me to make sure the type of work and the quality of work that I put out is top notch, you know. So if you want a top notch clientele, you got to put out top notch work, and that is how the game goes. And I'm just over here filling in, making sure everything is perfect. But by the second round of color, everything will be super perfect. Sometimes you can get it in one and sometimes you can't. And that's what I have to explain when I'm doing corrective color on clients. So doing corrective color on clients, it can definitely be a 12-hour day, and it might be 2 or 3 days. So, and I mean, it's very expensive. So if you want it done correctly, just be patient, and just, you know, be ready to spend some money to get that color. Because if you want a $500 color, you're going to be paying $500. And I know a lot of times, you know, we look at these celebrities and we look at pictures and we think, oh, I'm going to just go get hooked up and it's only going to cost me this, and then you don't get the end result because it's a bigger process than what you might be able to process. But as a master colorist working on the Fly Nubian Queen Network, I want to give you guys education and keep you educated about what it really takes to be a master stylist. So I did a video that talked about how, you know, I've made 6 figures since I was 24 years old. So that definitely came from, you know, traveling and taking classes with Joyco and just really investing in my education. So you too can be in the hair industry and make millions of dollars, but you have to do quality work. You have to get educated. You have to, you know, constantly educate yourself. So these videos that I'm posting are videos for you all to come back to and actually learn from, so that you can do work that will earn you a 6-figure salary a year, right? All right, so I am pretty satisfied with where we're at for this first round of color. So I'll change the title to part 1. But you know, I'm really ambitious, so I figured maybe we could do it in one session. Nah, this hair color today was like, no. So yeah, we'll definitely finish the next part of the color in a separate video and get that finished up. But as far as the ends to the mid shaft, I think that looks really good. Ooh, you better not fall. The ends and the mid shaft, like I think that looks perfect. I think that looks spot on to exactly what she wanted. Can you hand me my phone, please? I'm going to show you guys that color really quick. Ooh, my hands are kind of wet. Oh, finally, I can get this hair out of my mouth. Okay. All right, I'm going to show you guys this picture. Thank you. So you can see what we were going for with her color, so you guys can see exactly what we're trying to do. And I really think that the bottom is spot on. Can you see that in the camera good? Okay, so yeah, that's where we were going. So I think the ends are pretty spot on as far as what we did. Toning it, I think that looks spot on. And me being a perfectionist, I might just do it one more time, but I think it looks so good. So the only thing left to do now is get the roots. And like I said, I might tone this mid shaft to ends just one more time just to make sure it's perfect, because like I said, this hair is going to be on stages, it's going to be on camera, you know, it's going to be photographed. So when it's photographed, however she moves her head, I want it to be perfect. I don't want any splashes or anything like that, right? Okay. All right, screen was on. Back on. For those of you who didn't see the end result. So we're not doing that cut. We're doing a simpler cut. And it wasn't even simple. You guys seen me do that cut. And I actually had to go back and do more stuff to that cut. So, as you can see, we just need to go over those roots one more time and cast out the blue. So yeah, color, don't be afraid of it. It's a language. It's definitely something that you have to learn to speak and learn to do. So for instance, I have clients that are nurses. They speak nurse. I don't know how to speak nurse, but I speak color, I speak hair extensions, I definitely speak hair. So you can go to flynubianqueen.com, listen to me speak hair, watch me speak hair, definitely talk about things from a black perspective. And make sure you subscribe to flynubianqueen.com and make sure you text Queens to 31996. I'm going to let this sit on here, rinse it out. I'm not going to put you guys through that. However, I will be back tomorrow to show you the end result after I do the roots and after I go over it and tone it one more time. Even though I think it looks spot on, I'm just a perfectionist. So, subscribe to flynubianqueen.com, subscribe to QV Media on YouTube, and text Queens to 31996, and I am out.